Live, this is News Channel 8 at 5 on your side.
Took his firearm out and fired it at an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old. So the person he had issue with was the driver.
A suspect whom deputies say wounded a teenager in a road rage incident is now under arrest. We're going to have the latest on that story in just a moment. But first tonight, lots of red on Max Defender 8 radar tonight as storms fire up across the Tampa Bay area. Good evening. I'm Keith Cate.
I'm Jennifer Lee. Thank you for joining us. The heavy downpours could make the evening commute a little dicey for some drivers. Our chief meteorologist, Jeff Baradelli, is tracking those storms for us, and he's here with the very latest. Jeff.
These are fast-moving storms. It's widespread, gusty winds, a lot of lightning, and very heavy downpours. Taking a look at St. Pete right now, you can see it's shrouded in. Heavy rain's just starting in St. Pete right now. Temperatures down to 79, and those winds have been a little bit gusty, as you can see. Take a look at Max Defender 8 radar. All these storms came together just like they did 2 days ago into a line, a solid line of storms from north to south across the area. So want to zoom into a couple of areas. First, Pinellas County and Hillsborough County. Look at all that rain. Very heavy rain right on top of Tampa Bay, crossing over the Bay Area bridges, the Gandy, the Howard Franklin, the Courtney Campbell, and very heavy rain now moving into downtown St. Petersburg right now. So I want to zoom into that area. There's been a pretty decent amount of lightning with these storms as they move west, and they're moving west fast. Another cell developing right on top of Kansas City. It's about to start raining on the beaches. In fact, it already is in St. Pete Beach and also in Treasure Island. Take a look at this red right here entering eastern parts of Pinellas County. Those are wind gusts up to 55 miles an hour along with these cells as they progress to the west. So obviously the next stop for those gusty winds around Ulmerton, well, that's headed towards Indian Rocks Beach, towards Madeira Beach, that area. I want to show you some other areas that are inundated with the heavy rain right now. Look at this solid line of storms. Look at all that lightning around Citrus Park, about to cross from Hillsborough County into Pinellas County. That's Lake Tarpon right there. So next stop for this is going to be Tarpon Springs, eventually Palm Harbor, Dunedin, and of course it's going to be headed towards Clearwater as well. Further to the south, that rain extends through Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, and Sarasota, but we are getting a little bit of drier air here around Mayaca City. That's going to be swinging in about the next half hour or so. So the worst of it is right now for about the next hour, and by 7 o'clock, most of that rain is basically gone. You can see the last of any showers lingering through around 8 o'clock, and then it just remains muggy and it dries out overnight tonight. We are tracking something in the tropics. Looks like stuff's about to start getting active there. Also, the Labor Day weekend forecast. That's coming up in minutes.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Now to that road rage incident in Hillsborough County that nearly turned deadly after deputies say a man opened fire hitting a 16-year-old girl.
Tonight, that man is behind bars facing serious charges. The shooting itself happened just about this time last night on Falkenberg Road in Riverview. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur has the details from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office.
2 Lakeland police officers are fortunate not to be hurt after a suspect fired multiple shots at their vehicle. Tonight, 2 men are under arrest, one charged with 2 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer. That shooting happened just before 6 o'clock last night as the officers were conducting surveillance in the 1100 block of Atlantic Avenue in Lakeland. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson is at the Lakeland Police Department tonight. He has more on the story. Jeff.
Good evening, Keith. Lakeland Police Chief Sam Taylor says 2 of his detectives are lucky to be alive tonight after a suspect fired at them 15 times, with 5 of those shots hitting their car. With the help of the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, and FDLE, Lakeland police were able to arrest 18-year-old Arthur Jared Williams at a home in Tampa, along with another suspect, Abdul Malik Littles. Williams is charged with 2 counts of attempted murder on a law enforcement officer. Littles is facing other charges related to this incident. Live in Lakeland, Jeff Patterson, 8 on your side.
Thank you, Jeff. We have new details tonight about a deadly collision between a pickup truck and a freight train in Polk County. Deputies say a 36-year-old man from Kissimmee was trying to turn into the tire shop on Kathleen Road when he crossed the train tracks and was hit. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials say there are no crossing arms on those tracks. However, there is a stop sign, and the victim failed to stop at that. Traffic was down to 1 lane today in the Anna Maria Island Bridge area after a sizable hole opened up in the roadway there. The eastbound lanes of the bridge were affected. Drivers leaving the island were asked to use the Cortez Bridge until the emergency repair was made.
A new multi-million-dollar sports complex is coming to Pinellas Park. A groundbreaking was held today for Sproles Horizon Sports Park. It's named after Florida's former Speaker of the House, Chris Sproles. It will replace the current youth park on North 66th Avenue. The 40-acre project will cost somewhere between $25 and $30 million. Sproles says the goal is to build something the entire community can enjoy.
When you think about the vision for this location, for this property, we're not only talking about sports and baseball, we're talking about families. It's going to go a long way in creating the values and the lessons that are learned for these children when they play organized sports.
This park is expected to be finished within the next year or so.
Well, it's officially college football season. That means one thing.
What is that?
Horns up.
go.
USF's first game is this week.
And the hopes are high for a back-to-back bowl appearance. NewsChannel Eileen Natchik has a preview. And still ahead tonight, why did Florida tourism officials take down a portion of the website that invited certain people to visit the state?
8 on Your Side took that question to them, and we'll let you know what their answer is. Also ahead, a listeria outbreak linked to Boar's Head Deli Meats continues to grow. We have an update.
If your kids are already getting bored with their school lunches, we'll be sharing some Insta-worthy meals that might have them wanting to make their own lunch. We'll introduce you to the Pasco County Instagram sensation Lunchbox Mafia tomorrow morning on NewsChannel 8 Today.
Today's Time and Temperature, sponsored by Rumfish Grill on St. Pete.
Dreaming of early retirement? It's possible. Discover strategies to make your dream a reality on Retirement Solutions. Tune in Sundays at 11 a.m. on News Channel 8.
Closed captioning sponsored by Culpeper Curland. Auto accident? Call Culpeper Curland. Compassionate, kind. Culpeper Curland.
Eagle 8 HD coverage is brought to you by your Suncoast Hyundai dealers. Visit your local dealer today or shop buyhyundai.com. You're watching News Channel 8 at 5 with Jennifer Lee, Keith Kate, and Chief Meteorologist Jeff Baradelli.
A listeria outbreak linked to Boar's Head Deli Meats has claimed more lives, including a person in Florida. The CDC says 14 additional illnesses and 5 deaths have now been confirmed. Now, that brings the total number of deaths to 8 and the total number of illnesses to 57. This is now the largest listeria outbreak since 2011. That outbreak was linked to cantaloupe.
As air travelers gear up for the busy Labor Day holiday, there is news about a possible labor action by United Airlines flight attendants. Union members have overwhelmingly voted to authorize a strike. The flight attendants held informational pickets at airports across the country today, including Tampa International. Negotiations between the union and the airline are ongoing and are already before a national mediation board.
Florida's official tourism site, Visit Florida, came under fire last week when a section dedicated to LGBTQ travel disappeared from the website.
Members of the Bay Area's LGBTQ community blasted the change, saying they felt as if they'd been, quote, erased by the tourism agency. The Visit Florida board met in Tampa today, and News Channel 8's Lenny Supal was there to ask them why make the change. Lenny, what'd they tell you?
Good evening. Well, after 1 week without answers, we are finally getting a response as to why that landing page was taken down. We also spoke with a small business owner who says they've seen the benefits over the years, but now they're worried about the board's new direction. So tonight, Visit Florida and Governor Ron DeSantis say that Florida's tourism industry is robust and will continue to see success, reporting record-breaking numbers after the second quarter wrapped up. Reporting live in Tampa, Lenny Supal, 8 on Your Side.
Max Defender 8, the most accurate weather radar in Florida.
We have a squall line of very strong storms moving through the area right now. This is our Newport Richey camera. As you can see, the rain has just started. Very dark skies, and the winds are starting to pick up right now. So I want to show you Max Defender 8 radar. There's the line, and boy, is it a solid line of rain. This is very similar, not to yesterday, but to the day before, where everything came together right around this time, unfortunately, during the evening commute, and made things, very tough around the area. But this is moving out pretty quick, so that's good news. However, right now it's rough and it is tumble, and we're going to start up here in Hernando County and Pasco County. So Bayport, Hernando Beach, Hudson, Bayonet Point, and now Newport Richey. A lot of lightning along with these heavy downpours, but it won't last very long. You can see it's very narrow. That heavy rain extends down south towards Odessa. Further south we go. That's the border between Pinellas County and Hillsborough County. Heavy downpours. Next stop is going to be Tarpon Springs. It's beginning to rain in Tarpon Springs right now, and heavy downpours moving into Clearwater as we speak, right along 19. So we're going to track that line, the leading edge of the heaviest rain right there to the west, moving at around 15 miles an hour. Headed into Dunedin at 5:21, so that's just a few minutes from now. Clearwater at 5:31, downtown Clearwater. Clearwater Beach at right around 5:37. So some really strong weather here, and also, as you can see, there's a decent amount of lightning with these storms. Further to the south, right on top of Largo, Pinellas Park, Kansas City, a lot of lightning. That purple indicating extremely heavy rain right around Ulmerton Road. That's Ulmerton 688. And this is all moving to the beach right now. Indian Rocks Beach, Reddington, Madeira Beach, Treasure Island, all the way down to St. Pete Beach, including downtown St. Petersburg as well. I want to zoom down a little further south into Manatee County. You've been under very heavy rain for a while. We have a flood advisory in effect. You can see it's still raining very heavy Palmetto and on Bradenton and right in Bayshore Gardens. Further to the south, things are finally quieting down across Sarasota County, but still another round of heavy downpours on top of Sarasota right now. So how much rain have we seen? Well, this is the area we've seen the most, right on top of the coastline of Manatee County. That's about 3 inches of rain from Gillette down to around Bradenton, Bayshore Gardens, and almost down to downtown Sarasota. Okay, with that said, these storms should be gone by about 7 o'clock tonight, and then after that, it's going to be drying out. It will remain dry overnight tonight. Notice that east wind. That means tomorrow morning there'll be showers along the east coast, but for us, just like today, we'll start out with sunshine. By the afternoon hours, those spotty showers quickly making their way to the west, just like today. Not as many. It's a little drier tomorrow. Spotty showers at around 2 o'clock, and then a line of storms again sometime around 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Obviously, there's more coverage of rainfall tomorrow, and Friday's rain chance is about 40%. High temperatures 93, 94 degrees. The normal high is 91, so we will be above normal. And when you factor in the humidity, we'll be feeling close to 105, some places a little bit higher than that the next couple of days. So there's the moisture on top of us now. Notice we're going to see a smidge of dry air start to work in tomorrow, and especially Friday and Saturday. Saturday, you'll notice we have a little bit of dry air on top of us. So that's probably the driest day. But we're going to see a little wave move its way through Miami on Saturday. That'll start to work its way towards us later Sunday into Monday, so our rain chances are going to bump back up again by then. And so you can clearly see that. Widespread showers tomorrow, rain chances running around 50% again later in the day mostly. Less activity on Friday and Saturday for sure, and then a better coverage of rain Sunday into Labor Day. If you want to do some boating next couple of days, winds will be moderate out of the east, seas 2 feet or less. Going to be nice boating conditions, but watch out for those afternoon storms. They'll be a doozy, at least today they are for sure. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, very similar days. We start with sun. The storms roll in late in the day. All right, in the tropics, there's one area we're watching right now, at least, 20% chance of development as it continues to move to the west. Our long-term computer models say there's a pretty decent chance it will develop as it heads towards the lesser and greater Antilles, so we'll continue to watch that for you. Also, the western Gulf of Mexico, something could develop near Texas, would deliver them some heavy rain, and then another very robust wave moving off the African coast right now. That also has a chance of development as we head into next week. Here's a look at your 8-day forecast now. So rain chances still 50% later tomorrow. Drier on Friday and Saturday, but those rain chances are going to ramp back up as we head into Sunday and also on Labor Day. That's your weather forecast. Now here's tomorrow's traffic tonight.
Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Deanne King here. And tomorrow's traffic tonight, we're heading down to Riverview because we're seeing this ongoing construction that seems to trip people up every morning. If you're going to be traveling northbound on I-75, 3 lanes are closing nightly, and it's basically from the Gibsonton Drive exit all the way up to the Selman Expressway, and sometimes they even go beyond the Selman. And then you'll also notice lane closures on the Selman exit itself. That closure, it will begin tonight at 10 p.m. Those lanes will not reopen until about 5 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes they go a little beyond that. We're also going to be seeing this happen tomorrow night as well. So make sure you're driving safely and planning accordingly. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Deanne King with tomorrow's traffic tonight.
Still ahead, a popular online platform is paying out millions to those who used its services. We'll explain why. Also ahead tonight, SpaceX is dealing with another mishap following a Starlink launch. We'll tell you what happened and the impact that's going to have on a historic mission.
Watch News Channel 8 tonight at 11 on your side.
Give us a call for peace of mind this hurricane season. And don't forget the cookies.
Did you follow all that?
Yeah. I did. How's the ship?
You know what? I didn't.
I was just
jury's still out.
I don't know. I read the words I'm given.
Like you set a flaming rocket on top of a boat.
It looks like it didn't go well.
Done.
Yes.
Yeah. What's coming up at 5:30?
All right, guys. Coming up, it is not often firefighters are called to battle a fire at their own station. We're going to tell you where it happened in Florida and how much damage was caused. Also ahead, too many coyotes. We're going to tell you where officials in Tampa Bay are sounding the alarm and why they feel the coyote population in their area is nearing crisis levels.
Live, this is News Channel 8 at 5:30 on your side.
A severe thunderstorm warning is in effect in Pinellas County right now as storms make their way through the Bay Area tonight. This is a live look outside our studios in downtown Tampa where you can see It's already been storming. Good evening. I'm Jennifer Lee.
And I'm Josh Benson. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our chief meteorologist, Jeff Baradelli, joins us with an updated forecast. What do you see out there, Jeff?
We don't see severe thunderstorms very often during the month of August, so it is somewhat rare. I mean, in order to get a severe thunderstorm, you have to have winds of 60 miles an hour or so in gusts, and we may be seeing that in Pinellas County, and that's why they issued a severe thunderstorm warning. Maybe even some small hail possible with that really solid line of thunderstorms as it moves through the area. Now, the worst of it is on top of Pinellas County, as we mentioned, and that box right there is the severe thunderstorm warning. That includes places like the western part of Pinellas Park down to around Bay Pines, north to around Largo and Clearwater, and also including places like Dunedin and Tarpon Springs. Zooming in a little further, look at all this lightning. That's Ulmerton Road right there, Park Boulevard, all the way north right along US 19 near Safety Harbor, Under the Gun, Oldsmar, even Citrus Park. It's still there. This is going to end up being a flooding area because it's been raining for a while in Citrus Park, and it seems to be not really budging from there. So I think we're going to see some decent flooding also in Pinellas County in addition to the severe weather. We see the bright shades of red. Those are wind gusts that are over 50 miles an hour. Most of them exiting the coast right now, but still some of those strong gusty winds lingering around Indian Rocks Beach up to around downtown Clearwater. Notice that bright spot right there on the radar. And there's a ton of lightning with these storms. Further north into Paseo Coast, Bayport down to Hudson, Bayonet Point, Newport Richey, right along US 19, but that is beginning to move out into the Gulf, so things will be getting better in about the next half hour. And still some general heavy, but mainly moderate to heavy rain here, Palmetto and Bradenton. But we've seen a lot of heavy rain in that area, so we have a flood advisory for Hillsborough County and also in Manatee County. Some places so far have picked up about 3.5 inches of rain. That's Gillette, that's Palmetto, that's Bradenton, Holmes Beach, down to around Longboat Key. So because the storms have rolled in fairly quickly, they're going to roll out fairly quickly. I think within the next hour, hour and a half, we'll be drying out. I mean, it still will be raining, but nowhere near as heavy. And by 8 o'clock, I think the last of the rain is around. It'll still be muggy, and skies will begin to clear out later tonight. Just one more thing I want to leave you with here is we are watching one area that could develop in the tropics, and there are signs that things are going to come to life probably next week in the tropics. So we'll talk about that and your Labor Day weekend forecast in a few minutes.
They are going to go back and listen to folks. And as I said, as governor, I am totally fine to just do nothing and do no improvements if that's what the general public wants, and that's fine with me.
Governor Ron DeSantis is calling for a mulligan on a controversial plan to develop on state parks.
Yeah, the proposal, which he says was leaked, called for amenities like golf courses and pickleball courts to be built in the parks. News Channel 8's Polk County Bureau reporter Stacy DeSilva has more. Time is running out for the West Klosterman Preservation Group as they fight to keep 14 acres of land from being developed. The nonprofit has until September 15th to come up with a portion of the money to buy the property from the Pinellas County School Board. The group and the county are splitting the $3 million cost. However, the preservationist says they're still $500,000 short.
For me, it means a start at trying to preserve these missing small pieces of paradise, so that they're here for our kids and grandkids and generations to come, and preserve the quality of life for us, but also the quality of life for the animals and trees and plants that are in there.
The group says they are also threatened species like gopher tortoises that call the preserve home.
News Channel 8 is your local election headquarters. Tonight, some voters in Manatee County want a new supervisor of elections before November. They're calling on the governor to make that happen. News Channel 8's political reporter Ty Russell is in Bradenton with the story. If you need a job, the Manatee County School District is looking to fill a number of positions. The district is holding a hiring event tomorrow. It's happening from 9 a.m. until noon at the Wakeland Support Center in Bradenton. Open positions include bus drivers, bus aides, cafeteria managers, maintenance workers, and more.
Well, where do you go after you win the Little League World Series? Disney, of course. Yeah, the Lake Mary All-Stars will be honored tomorrow with a parade down Main Street at the park in Florida to win the Little League Championship. That's pretty cool to tell your friends, hey, by the way, I got a parade at Disney this weekend.
And won the World Series. P.S.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Congrats to them. All right, still ahead. Coyotes are found all across the Tampa Bay area. However, in one location, they are causing a major concern.
We'll tell you where officials are sounding the alarm about these animals. That story is up next.
Visite tampahoy.com a diario para informarse sobre el tiempo en Tampa Bay, entretenimiento, lo último sobre inmigración y las noticias que impactan a nuestras familias aquí en la Bahía y en Latinoamérica. tampahoy.com.
Closed captioning sponsored by Culpeper Curland. Auto accident? Call Culpeper Curland. Compassionate, kind. Culpeper Curland.
Eagle 8 HD coverage is brought to you by your Suncoast Hyundai dealers. Visit your local dealer today or shop byhyundai.com. You're watching News Channel 8 at 5:30 with Jennifer Lee, Josh Benson, and meteorologist Rebecca Berry.
Members of a Florida fire department were called to battle a huge fire at their own fire station. It happened in the city of Maitland in Orange County. Officials say the fire that started behind the station destroyed 3 vehicles, including an ambulance. The damage adds up to more than $1 million, and the cause is still under investigation. And there's trouble in Paradise on Siesta Key with growing concerns about a growing coyote population.
Residents feel the predators are becoming more aggressive. County officials have received reports of cats and dogs that have been hurt, some of them even killed. News Channel 8 Sarasota County Bureau reporter Allison Henning has the latest on the issue from Siesta Key. You know, I've covered stories in Lakeland where the coyotes have come into people's yards in what you would think was the middle of the city. And so they really are just everywhere. You have to be
the sound
aware.
is unmistakable.
No doubt.
They're everywhere, for sure.
Max Defender 8, the most accurate weather radar in Florida.
It has been a stormy couple of hours, and take a look. This is our Skycam. It's located on top of the Bank of America building. We're looking towards Tampa Bay right here, and you can see how these low clouds, and they're moving fast right now. Wind south at 20, sometimes gusting to 30 miles an hour, and we have the heavy rain falling. So I want to show you what's happening on Max Defender 8, and just a solid line of storms formed right over Tampa Bay. It's now moving through Pinellas County. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for that area. Could see wind gusts to 50. We've had a couple of wind gusts to 46, 47 miles an hour, and that line extends right up the coast of the Nature Coast. But the good news for Manatee County and Sarasota County is the rain is much lighter than it was before. But I want to zoom into a couple of areas, show you where the heaviest stuff is. So especially Pinellas County, that's where we have the severe weather right now. It's a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rain, and again, those wind gusts getting close to 50 miles an hour. And notice that the rain just keeps developing here in Hillsborough County. That's the western side of Temple Terrace, so right around Citrus Park and Town and Country. And so as long as it keeps developing there and it doesn't budge, it keeps sending that heavy rain across the bay and into Pinellas County as well. And we have another line of rain you could see developing around McDill heading over. So this is another line. This is the one behind the one that went through before. And this is about to move over the Gandy, the Howard Franklin, and also the Courtney Campbell. Bottom line, the reason why I'm telling you this is because the rain's really starting to pile up, and we're going to see some flooding in intersections. No doubt we're already seeing that. That line extends up through Newport Richey and Holiday, Bayonet Point, and Bayport, but this is starting to gradually move out. It's going to be hugging the coast for about the next hour or so. And again, even there along US 19, we could see a little bit of flooding. Zooming out a little bit more, you could see our 3-hour loop and that line of storms that developed inland and kind of quickly made its way towards the coast. So this is the last of it. Things are going to begin to improve probably by about 7 o'clock tonight. Just about most of the rain should be done. And by 8, it's basically all done. After that, it will be drying out tonight. Now, with a wind out of the east, we'll have a few showers along the east coast tomorrow morning. But for us, it'll be dry. It'll be sunny. I don't think we'll see any showers here until after lunchtime. At around 2 o'clock, spotty showers developing with that easterly wind. But we're going to have a sliver of drier air on top of us tomorrow. So although we're going to see a decent number of showers and probably some quick moving heavy downpours tomorrow late in the afternoon, just like today, the timing will be similar. I don't think we'll see as much rain. I think the rain chances go down to about 50% tomorrow, and then probably even more so on Friday. You can see the difference between tomorrow, where we have pretty good coverage of rain, and Friday, where we have less. So it's going to be a drier day Friday, and that drier weather will last into Saturday as well. High temperatures tomorrow above normal with an east wind. We don't see breezes easily, and so our temperatures get a little higher. 93 for a high. The normal high is about 91. And when you factor in the humidity, those feels like temperatures easily get to about 105 and maybe briefly above that 105 degree mark. All right, so the deepest moisture in this picture is in red. You can see it right there. And that's over us right now. But notice it starts to kind of inch away tomorrow and especially Friday and Saturday as the dry air starts to push that moisture further to the south. So the driest air and probably the day with the least amount of showers is going to be Saturday. That's the driest day of the weekend, I think. But then as we head into Sunday and Monday, this trough of low pressure right here, That's going to swing in. So later on Sunday, rain chances going back up again. And then probably our stormiest day for the 3-day holiday weekend. That's going to be Labor Day on Monday. So again, storm chances a little bit less than today, tomorrow down to 50%. Then only down to 40% on Friday and again on Saturday, the 2 driest days. And then rain chances bumping back up to 60% as we head into Monday. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, the home show is happening at the Florida State Fairgrounds. Each and every day we start with sun and we end the day with showers and thunderstorms. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening in the tropics. And this is a very weak disturbance, and it's debatable as to whether it's going to develop or not, but it does have a 20% chance of development from the National Hurricane Center. But there's a couple of things I want to point out. In the longer range, our ensemble models, so essentially all the models are indicating that there's a fairly good chance that once this disturbance gets into this area right here, somewhere around the Greater Antilles, we may see some development by the middle of next week. So that's number 1. Number 2, right behind it, a very strong disturbance right there is making its way off the African coast. The models are trying to develop that. So that's number 2. And then number 3, in the western part of the Gulf of Mexico near Texas, there's a lot of moisture that's going to be sitting there for days. And if he stays over the Gulf for a long enough period of time, we're likely to see some development, but that's going to stay in the western Gulf, just deliver heavy rain to Louisiana and Texas. All right, here's a look at your 8-day forecast now. So again, storm chances still fairly high later tomorrow afternoon, but that dry rear works its way in Friday and Saturday, and then it turns stormy again as we head into later on Sunday and also on Monday for Labor Day. That is your weather forecast.
All right, thanks for a long break before they prepare for next week's season opening game.
Today was another day of getting the roster in order, and Dan Lucas joins us right now to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, the Bucs practice squad is starting to come together. No big surprises so far, except quarterback John Wolford, not on the list. The Bucs signed Michael Pratt to their practice squad. He was just released by the Green Bay Packers, so one switcheroo there. And the main roster, too, it's just moving parts. Today they got a offensive lineman from waivers from Green Bay, let go of Brandon Walton, who was on the 53-man roster yesterday. So that's how it works.
Yeah.
Here today and not here tomorrow.
Don't count your chicks before.
His jersey, Funderburg. That's a
like that.
Yeah, they might have to put a little smaller font to make sure it fits, right?
It has marketing written all over it.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, still had proof that even a small gator can pose a big danger.
We'll show you how one refused to go quietly after trying to get into a home. That story's up next.
This is like a dream.
Welcome to Entertainment Tonight.
Tonight at 7:30 on News Channel 8. In the ever-changing world of weather, accuracy is everything. Max Defender 8 is the most accurate weather radar in Florida, so you'll know exactly when severe weather is heading your way. Max Defender 8, only on News Channel 8, on your side.
Well, a family in Texas knew they had to call for help after seeing a frightening potential home invader at their front door.
It was an alligator. A small alligator, but he put up a big fight when the officer arrived to remove him, and the capture was caught on video. Yeah, he just went for it.
Wow.
As you can see, the officer used his bare hands to grab the gator. He quickly wrestled it away from the front door. Fortunately, the officer wasn't injured or bitten in the process, and frankly didn't make enough money that day.
That was a quick left hand there. Wow.
I'm wondering, couldn't see, did he have a wedding ring on? Is his wife going to see that later and go, what were you doing?
Thinking? Bonus pay, yeah. All right, News Channel 8 at 6 is coming up next.
Here's a look at what we're working on.
The family of a woman killed after a Clearwater plane crash is filing a wrongful death lawsuit. I'm Melissa Marino. Coming up, I'll explain what answers they're looking for.
After 1 week without answers, tonight we are finally getting a response after a popular page on the Visit Florida website was taken down. I'm Lenny Sue Paul. Details ahead.